everybody. Welcome to this week's edition of the Wrestling Huddle. I'm Review Sports Editor Mike Brown, joined by our wrestling guru, Bob Steer. Bob, before we talk about this week's state tournament, what a great Alliance district it was last weekend.
It was outstanding wrestling, as we always see at Alliance. It was, a lot of, as usual, a lot of good kids did not make it through.
Right.
Some kids that had some outstanding regular seasons, just ran into a buzzsaw at some point or another. But that's the Alliance district.
It sure is. There's no doubt about it. Well, let's turn the clock ahead. This is what all the wrestlers build toward in the regular season. It's the state tournament week. We've got 12 area kids going. We've got 6 out of the Alliance district. We have 3 Minerva kids coming out of the Claymont district, and then we have 3 Division III kids this year too. So we have 12 kids. That's a pretty good number for our area this year. So, how do you break it down? What do you see about this year's state tournament?
I think this year we don't. I wouldn't say we have any that are favored to win a state title.
Right, I agree.
And that doesn't happen every year, anyways.
Right.
But there are years where we have a favorite. We don't have one this year.
Right.
Obviously, I think Logan Sharp, based on his real close match with state champion Billy Miller at district, you certainly think Logan has a shot. As far as the others, I think their goal should be and is to get on the podium.
Right,
and
place.
Honestly, I think most of them have a good chance at that. If they wrestle their best, they have to. You go down there, you have to wrestle your best.
Yeah.
Same as district last week.
That's right. You can't have even a moment. You can't have a down moment because somebody will capitalize on it down there.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, taking a look at some of the are there any particular I know it looks like a lot of our kids have some tough first round matchups, and Logan Sharp's one of them.
Logan Sharp has a real tough match in the first round. The kid, I think Henderson
from Franklin,
is his last name, and of course West Branch fans remember him last year as the kid that beat Logan's brother Connor.
That's right.
Down in Columbus. He's back this year as a senior, so very tough first round matchup. But again, the good side of that is you get past that first round. And it's not easy, but you've cleared a big hurdle out of the gate, and should be able to progress. Would expect him to be able to progress through after that first match. So that's an intriguing first round match. But there's a couple others that, like you said, have some really tough draws. Obviously any of the 4 seeds out of Alliance. The two Alliance kids. Jackson and Adonis Watson. They both drew number 1 seeds, as did Mason Hughes from West Branch.
Right.
I will say Adonis's first round match.
Not too bad, is it, for a number 1 guy?
You just don't know some of these kids from other parts of the state, but he's a 29-10 junior.
Right.
And he's from his area of the state that. It's questionable, how strong the schedule was. So I think Adonis has a chance to maybe pull the upset.
I do too. And guys coming out of the what used to be the Firestone District, now the Alliance District, that's like a mini state meet. So if you place there and you get to state, usually a lot of those guys can place because you're coming out of a better district. Do you see it that way again?
Oh, definitely, definitely. I think I think some of the strength of the Firestone.
Well, that's what I call it too.
The old Firestone District,
that's what I call it
district.
Too. Yeah.
It usually does show down at state, and I expect that this year. In that same weight class, I'm looking at a second round matchup of Harrison Hopple, who placed 4th last year from Minerva.
Sure.
He's going to run into more than likely Drake Brumley from Akron St. Vincent St.
Move
Mary.
down.
We saw drop down from 285 this weekend at district, and that will be a whale of a match.
Yes, it will.
Harrison again placed 4th last year, but Brumley is one of the projected top 2. So that'll be some fun wrestling to watch there. So. Beyond that, obviously, I'm not that familiar, I'll be honest, with the Division III kids. But the Waterloo, they have a freshman that made it down, which is really impressive. Will Bolans.
Right.
And Josh Horning, the senior, made it down at 182, I think, 160. And Charlie Smith from United.
Right. What a nice story. United
awesome story.
Doesn't have a team, but Charlie's been wrestling as an individual and would have had to go to all the tournaments, not dual meets through the season, and made it to state this past. So that's a great story. First ever state wrestling qualifier from United.
First ever qualifier from United. I mean, it is a neat story. So we'll definitely be watching and pulling for him. Hopefully he'll be the first ever state placer.
And hopefully that'll get United going, where maybe some other kids will say, hey, he's going to state. I want to be part of that, and hopefully that'll lead to United having a team down the road.
That would be great. Just that's as being part of the wrestling family, we just want to see the sport grow, and
Right.
it's great to see stories like that. And like you say, hopefully it'll catch fire, and
Right.
United can get a program going down there. They've had a youth program for years, and I know they've been trying to get it going. And maybe this will be
Right,
the
that spark that
springboard,
gets
the
it going,
spark
sure.
to get it going. So.
Absolutely. And I know, looking back at the state, I think some of the kids who have the best chances, but you look at the two Marlington kids, Bob, I think, they've got pretty good draws. They're good quality kids. And what do you think about those two?
Not bad draws at
Yeah,
all, really.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say most of the kids, but have a chance if they
Right.
wrestle very well. But definitely Brennan and Tony.
Right.
They wrestled really well last weekend.
Yes, they
Tony lost his first match and had to win and won
yeah.
5 in a row
That's
in consolation,
amazing.
where every match is an elimination match.
Yeah.
And he won 5 in a
At
row
that
to take
district,
third.
too.
At that district,
Yeah.
so he wrestled lights out
Yeah.
last weekend, and Brennan was a finalist. He was
Right.
the only area finalist.
Yeah.
In the Alliance district.
Right.
So, the way they're wrestling right now, I really, really like their chances of, of reaching their goals of getting on the podium.
And I think you were saying there's a possibility if Brennan Joseph wins his first round match in Columbus, and also Josiah Rush from Minerva wins his first, they could meet in the second round.
They're in the same quarter brackets, so
Yeah.
if they would both win their first match, they would. And the great thing there is, if they both win their first round match, the area is guaranteed to stay placer.
Right.
Because the winner of that match
That's
will be a
right.
semifinalist, guaranteed top 6.
Yeah.
That'd be neat.
Yeah.
That'd be neat to see.
And obviously, when we look at some of the best records of the area going down to Columbus this year, Bob, and you've got Dalton Hartshorn from Minerva, who's 48-4, and I would think he's got as good a shot as anybody is placing.
Hartshorn district
Yeah.
champion down
Yeah.
at Claymont,
Yeah.
and he's unfortunately for him, he's in the same bracket as going to be 4-time state champion Michael
Yeah.
Jordan.
Right.
But absolutely, as far as placement goes, I think Dalton's got as good a shot as anyone.
Right.
Definitely.
Sure. Well, we're looking forward to it, and we hope everybody will tune in. The plan is to have some video shows with Bob and myself from Columbus this weekend, from Value City Arena at Ohio State University, and also check the review on Saturday and Monday and Friday as well. We'll have stories on all the action going on, and speaking of the action, it will start Thursday afternoon at 3:00 with a Division III action, followed by the Division II kids on Thursday. So hopefully we'll see you down there, and if not, make sure and check out our video shows, and we'll keep you updated on how the area kids are doing.